Hi, I'm Justin Graham.
And I'm Nariba Shepherd.
And this is Terms of Service.
Season 4.
I love so much how you keep that energy high, but also our intro's different.
Is it? How is it different?
Well, you're going to have to listen to that Season 4 debut.
Oh,
but yes,
okay.
yes, I was like, it is different music, but also, to your point,
Yeah.
yeah. But, so, hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Girl, you know.
I mean, I already know.
Yeah.
Trust.
Oh, but people don't know. I'm good.
Great.
I'm a survivor, Reba McEntire style.
Yes. She's a survivor. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
some real life trauma.
I got into a little bit of a car accident on my way home from Thanksgiving dinner. And all I'm going to say is that I was going to check the police report to see if we figured out who hit us because it was a hit and run.
Well, I mean, if you were hit and they ran, they hit you.
Yeah. So
yeah. I
was just like, ugh. But I don't know. Everyone's like, you should go to the doctor. But I'm black.
It me.
And poor. And I have no insurance.
Well, I was just like,
you know, I'm alive. And it's not the worst car accident that I've been in. But, you know.
It was still a thing.
Other than
sorry
that
happened.
Me too, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I made it. Like Reba McEntire.
Survivor.
Always.
Destiny's Child.
Not doing
video.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not. No, we can't sing. We can't afford that shit. No.
Nope.
But other than that, you know, just working and twerking. Oh, I was gonna burp, so I was leaning back. So
it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm just like working, and I'm grateful that it's slow season. Even though I would like more shifts for
the whole ass holiday.
I know, but have you been to a bar that is busy every day?
Plenty.
Where are you going?
Here.
Yeah, you're downtown. I'm up there in almost the suburbs.
It's all right,
and people are indoors these days, which I do not mind.
Yeah.
But, you know, 'tis the season. Tip everyone, even though I personally do not believe in tipping people, but that's how we make our money currently.
Because it's a systemic issue.
Be not generous, but if you can, be generous.
And be kind. While also practicing
generosity.
Exactly. So I was like, there we go.
How are you doing?
I'm good. You know, I feel like every time that I'm asked this, I always kind of run the gamut of how I'm feeling versus, you know, how I'm actually feeling. And I was reminded this morning that life is art.
Yes.
And, you know, certain things just kind of happen.
It was me.
And, you know, just like you try and do a nice thing and, you know, the universe is like, the fuck you thought?
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, oh, okay. However, the wonderful baristas, you know, took care of it. And they also kind of like, you know, gave me like a nice pep talk and a little hug, a little verbal hug.
See,
you know,
that's the energy you need.
It was the energy that I needed, but it was also not the energy that I expected.
There.
You know, and for that, I am grateful.
Shout out to random kindness.
Random kindness, because that should be the overall philosophy, and unfortunately it isn't. So it is wildly appreciated when it is.
Listen, I understand. I do have the depression. So anytime someone is like mildly kind to me, I become tearful. Yes.
Yeah, waterworks.
The other day, a little girl came up and was like, I really like your makeup. And I cried at her.
That's fair.
I was like, I'm so sorry, little 5-year-old. You weren't expecting this. I wasn't expecting this.
Also, the funny thing about, you know, that 5-year-old is just like, enjoy it, babe.
For real.
I was like, really lean into it and fucking enjoy it.
I love hanging out with small humans because they only know what they know.
I like to do that and give them back.
Fair.
Yeah. So if I'm honest.
Listen, the 2 or 3 days before I actually start bleeding, I'm like, I will steal someone's child. Do not let me hold your baby. This is now my baby.
Well, then you also have to be extremely careful because that might be a soundbite, Marcus.
I mean, yes.
So, yeah.
But I just stay inside for those days now.
It's valid.
And watch videos of babies on the internet instead. Or the babies documentary on Netflix. Everyone should do it. It's very educational.
Not doing that. But yeah.
You know, it just tells us how we developed into the humans that we are, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, and
science.
I mean, segue into developing into the humans that we are. We literally have our next guest, and I feel like I say this often, and I really don't give a shit because it is authentic and just as honest as I can be. I'm very excited for them to be here, and I'm not doing the whole like, you know,
Shwoobity boop.
Yeah, I'm not
razzle dazzle.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it because also
he has a lot of razzle dazzle.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So on that note, my friend, welcome to the Terms of Service family, and we're so excited for you to be here. So please introduce yourself.
What's up,
and
guys?
do it with your whole chest.
Whole chest. Say it with your chest.
Yeah, I was like, let's
Say
do
with
it.
your chest.
Let's do it. Yes.
Well, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
My name is Josean Rosari, owner of Smash Jibarito.
I know that's right.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
At the crack of ass.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we're here. I want to say that we're outside, but we're inside. But, you know, the act of going outside to then become inside.
For sure.
Yes, all of that.
We outside. This is Blind Barber. This is outside.
It's outside.
Yeah.
It's outside.
Yeah, I came from Jefferson Park. We are outside.
Oh, you're outside.
outside.
You're outside.
For
Okay,
sure.
Okay, yeah. Well, welcome again, and thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
So, I mean, it's just a tradition.
Yeah.
I know, we can't be dilly-dallying.
No. So
I mean, I dilly and a dally.
yeah, you
I dilly-dally a little,
I
too.
mean, you know,
I throw in a dolly in there, too.
listen. I mean, it can be a 2 and a 3 step. Okay, so that's how I feel about it. But
All
my
right,
friend,
but like,
what's your sign?
yeah.
My sign, I am a Pisces.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
315.
Love it.
I
Love
March.
it. Love it.
I wish that we had a camera to record my eyebrows just now. I love a Pisces, but y'all
We
is
love a
messy.
Pisces down.
Y'all can be
I don't
messy
know.
as fuck.
I'm a little messy.
Okay.
But I
It's
clean my
not like-
workstation, you know.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about in life.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
okay.
Yeah.
But I
But
will,
also the
but
same
passionately-
sentiment, like it still applies.
For sure.
Yeah.
You know, you fuck it up and you figure it out.
Figure it out.
I love it.
I'm like starting to like, the older I get, when I was younger and I started like learning about like signs and shit, I just thought that like Pisces were like hella tearful. Like that was my understanding of them. But the older I get, I'm like, it's all a plot. Like it's not the emotions part.
Yeah.
It's like everything is meticulously like set up, but it's like chutes and ladders. There's not one way to get to your end goal, but it is heavily pushed by emotional desire and drive.
Okay.
And some people are like, Pisces are the new Scorpios. But let us
Disagree.
leave Scorpios for Scorpios.
Disagree.
You know?
Disagree.
I personally love a Pisces because it's like the opposite of an Aries.
Yeah.
It's like Aries is the beginning and Pisces is the end, so it's different aspects. Whereas I'm a doer, y'all are like emotional and thought-based. I like to think of Pisces as water Virgos.
Oh, wow. That's funny.
That's a statement. I made a statement.
A lot of my closest individuals are like all Virgos, and it's just constant fun.
It's the
with
Virgo
them.
rising gang.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good. What would you say? That's a soundbite.
That's a soundbite right there.
That's a soundbite for my
Exactly.
circle for sure.
No, absolutely.
It's the only thing keeping me together on a daily basis.
You know, but we're doing our best.
Yeah.
So
And that's all we can try to do.
I'm not going to dive into, kind of the idiosyncrasies of a Pisces because I don't know it that well. However, I will definitely say that I fuck with the Pisces heavy. So
Thank you. Appreciate it.
yes. So I mean, now we just gotta get into it and do the thing. So my friend, if you would talk to us a bit about your background, so the people can get to know you.
My background. So I am 29 years young, living in Chicago.
Love that.
I like that you're starting it now.
Love
Yeah.
that. Yeah. It's just like,
starting it.
yeah. This is day one. Okay.
Day one.
Yes. Let's go.
So 29 years young, Chicago. I'm from Logan Square. My mom, she grew up in I can't remember where Sen High School is, but she grew up in that area. Been in Chicago my entire life. Was in food since about 19. And yeah, just been grinding it out in this beautiful city.
Yeah.
Last few years.
How did you get into food?
I was actually working my very first job as a front desk for a church.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah,
How was that?
it was good. It was cool. It was fun. It was a good learning experience. I was there for it was my first job, and I was there for about a year.
Okay.
And then
how old were you?
I was 17, 18.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, started a little late.
Yeah.
No, I had
it's
my
all
first.
good.
Well, I had my first job when I was 17. Shout out to Zoomies for hiring me
Oh,
at
that's
the
great.
second interview.
I for sure tried to get into Zoomies during those days.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah. I remember my mom being like, you have to get a job. And I was like, 14, 15 years old. I was like, yeah, I'll do the thing. McDonald's didn't hire me.
Yeah.
Fuck y'all. I'm fine. And then on top of that, tried to get a job at Six Flags. And
That would have been fun.
yeah, but fuck them. They didn't hire me either. And so I started when I was 16, and it was retail. I was exploited that way as I started. So
I mean,
it
yeah,
was
that's how
nice.
they get you.
I mean, that's exactly how they got me. I mean, with that 35% discount, I thought I was living.
Listen,
I was like, there we go. Yeah, I was just like, come on, Hollister.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I wish I would have
forgot that it was
experienced retail.
Hollister. I was trying to remember.
Yeah, fuck them too.
So yeah, I wish I was. I kind of wish I was in retail. I was in retail a little late, but that lifestyle was. I mean, compared to late nights, very early mornings.
Yeah. And off mic, we can extremely talk about retail culture. And I was very young, and I was like, I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah.
Same.
And they love that.
Yep.
They're just like, oh yeah, you can show up here. You can do this, that, and the
Overnight
third.
inventory.
Overnight inventory. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about off mic because that shit got wild as hell. Wild as hell. And that is the reason why I have a lifetime ban against me from Gurney Mills Mall.
Wow.
Off mic. Off mic. Yeah. Because I feel like we're going in that common thread of fuck 'em. So,
Yeah.
So you will not catch me at Gurney Mills Mall or any properties that they're affiliated with. So, and for those of us that are curious, you can feel free to DM us at Toes of Service Podcast on Instagram. Thank you so very much. And I'll only give you half of the story because I'm saving it for whenever I do an open mic. So if you have suggestions,
That'd be good.
but it's gonna be fucking
so good.
fire. And I've been saying this for 8 years. So I'm
so funny.
actively looking. So
That's hilarious.
God.
yeah, so throw that out.
I'll follow it up with me doing drunk history of Trinidad's independence.
Okay, yeah.
Because I've been learning it. I wanted to do it for my 30th, but then fucking the pandemic happened. And my
Pterosaur
birthday was
ponderosa.
1 month into it.
Same.
So I never got to do it. But it's all in here, baby.
It's all in there.
It's all in here. Okay, I took a note. 17 at church was where we
Yeah.
stopped off at. That's what I'm going to start doing now.
Yeah, that's great. Continuing. Fine.
Well, I got into the industry shortly after that. I was actually started off as a dishwasher over at Father and Sons in Logan Square. R.I.P. Hated that job. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, would we be so bold as to say fuck them?
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was an experience. Yeah, no, not really. I mean, it showed me a lot of hard work.
I feel like if you get hired as a dishwasher when you're young, there should be a much older and wiser dishwasher that also works there, because you can't be responsible for everyone's mental health in the kitchen.
But
that's the job of the dishwasher.
That's literally how it was. Like we were second shift. Me and my boy Kendo, we were second shift. Who's now my compadre? I'm the godfather to his daughter. Yeah. Shout out to Kendo. And shout out to JD. I love you so much.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah.
What do you call it? Yeah, we were there. We were the second shift, and the first shift it was like 2 older cats. And I love like old timers working in the kitchen because for some reason they just have like the knowledge of like secret little compartments around throughout the restaurant that like not even like the owners know.
Yep.
And they'll hide whatever the hell in there, and then they'll be like, "Yo, you want some of this?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, hell yeah."
You're like, I need that. Yeah.
And then they'll like, you're just so kind. You're just so kind and very like, very like want you to get the job and be productive and so they give you all the little insights and stuff. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I love a dishwasher. I also love
DJs.
being a dishwasher.
Yeah.
I don't know about if I love being a dishwasher, but I for sure wash dishes.
I like it because you don't have, there's like no thoughts. You're just in a groove.
Oh,
the
true.
thing that I hated was when like front of house people don't wash out the ramekins or empty it out and they stack it.
Gosh. Okay.
That is like the rudest thing in the world to me.
Oh my God, yeah.
And when I was like coming in, setting up brunch, then working the egg station, and then breaking down Garmo and being the dishwasher in the afternoon, I used to write in Sharpie on the wall behind where they would put that. Yeah. If you do not empty this out, I will make you eat fries from it. I never did that. But I wanted a threat.
Yeah.
Well,
also, one thing that I certainly want to touch upon in regards to that position, specifically within a restaurant, it can be wildly therapeutic, but also equally frustrating.
Yeah, very frustrating.
And I'm thinking of this dynamic duo that I love so much, and I'm not going to call them out by name because I'm just not going to do it because everyone's going to know who they are. And, when we first started interacting, there was a significant language barrier, and so...
As is tradition in Chicago.
Yes. And so what ended up happening is, I'd be like, Atras, and then they'd be like, Aya, and I'd be like, Aki. And then that just became like our thing. Yeah. And it's just like rhythm, absolute rhythm. And then, they're just like, Josean. And I was like, oh my God. I'm like, we're getting...
my name.
We're getting so far. But then also, nothing but the kindest individuals all the time. Like, they would come in, they'd like dap me up, they'd give me like the biggest hug, and I'm like, we see one another. And anytime that like I felt their frustration, I felt like I was like their guard dog. And I was just like, you do right by my people. Or you don't do it at all. Yeah. And I mean, it's been years since we've known one another. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's just one of those unspoken respect, elements within the ecosystem of a restaurant.
Yeah.
It's just like, you never piss off the dishwasher because they have all of the power.
Correct.
To fuck your world up.
Correct.
Yep. Like all the way down.
Yep.
It's not just back of house. It's not just front of house. It's the entire operation.
Yeah.
They're like, now we out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yep. That's actually kind of what happened with us, where it was like the cold. I can't remember the year, but I remember it was like the coldest day, and a freaking pipe snapped, and the water started coming down from the roof. And me and Kendall, we were the only ones literally trying to like clean up the water, and everybody was just like looking at us, and they were like, "Oh no, it's not my job, like, shit."
Oh my God.
And I'm just like, dude, like we just completely like, not only did we just like freaking wipe up all this water, but it was like constant water. It was constant water. And we were just like, dude, I can't even do this. Like, I need to do this.
Yeah.
And we both walked out. And it was like the coldest day, and we were just like not having it. We could not. We felt a little disrespected, to be honest, but it was what it was.
Listen, for me, I think about it a lot as like immigrant tendencies. Like, I will do whatever needs to be done to get a job done. And I feel like it's a very American thing to be like, well, that's not my job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
that's not my job.
It's a very much,
but
pass
that's
the buck culture.
Yeah, but in the same vein, it's like these are the same people who are complaining that immigrants are taking their jobs.
And that is a episode for another time.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Wild, yeah, because I mean, there's no, I don't want to say no. It's just there's an element lacking in regards to contribution and overall like ownership of a position.
Yeah.
But that needs to be anchored in respect.
Yeah.
It's just like it's not us versus them or so on and so forth.
Right.
It's just like we're a team. Exactly. It's just like we're trying to achieve the same fucking goal here.
Yeah. 100.
And nothing reminds me more of a humbling experience than having to show up for your job every fucking time, because it's just like, I need money. Just like that's why we're here at the end of the day. And so, to the point of where we are a team, but most importantly, it's just like we're not a family. We can create those relationships independently, but conceptually, we are not a family. And I'm going to take this quick opportunity to remind everyone that if any place ever refers to you as a family, you need to run as quickly as you can from where you are positioned, because that makes it seem as if your boundaries and your contribution needs to exceed
your job description.
Yeah, the actual requirements of said position.
Warning signs of somewhere that you work referring to it as a family will be a pizza party. If you see the pizza party, then...
We definitely did a pizza party here.
Yeah, we did.
Yes.
That's different.
Yes, but it's different because it was the whole idea of turning it on its head, because I was like, let's throw a pizza party by the industry, for the industry, and it's just like, this is how it is, because it becomes a commentary on it.
Yes.
As opposed to, pizza party is just gonna, it's gonna placate everyone.
And everyone paid for their pizza. Let us be clear.
Yes.
It wasn't a gotcha.
Shout out to Paper Plane.
Yes.
Thank you so very much.
It's a good pizza.
It was a
Absolutely.
great pizza.
And
Yeah.
our pizza was a good pizza too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know if people had
Collab.
ours.
They did.
Okay.
Of course.
Yeah.
How could they not?
I mean, but where's the feedback though? I want to know.
Okay. Well then, I was just like, Paper Plane, please send me over the thoughts at connectedtermsofservice.media.
I just want the people that ate it. If you just want to let us know how you felt about our collab pizza, that'd be good.
Yeah, that Trinity sauce.
Use the same Instagram and email that Justin just said.
There we go.
Yep.
Yes, and I will share it along with the crew.
Yeah.
And so, my friend, I feel like we
haven't even gotten to the meat.
Yeah,
and the potatoes.
No, not yet, but we're headed into it right now. So you touched upon it briefly earlier, but I really want to talk about your current journey that you are on, being an entrepreneur, but then also the element of mentorship throughout your journey as well. Because you really had some phenomenal things to say, and I just think it's really important for people to hear that, because it's going to help them acknowledge maybe the mentors that they don't understand the impact,
the value,
the value. It's just like one conversation can lead,
correct.
It can really shift your overall trajectory and perspective of of someone's, journey.
Absolutely. Currently my business, we've been live for a little over a year. I got LLC'd last year, September. Late August, September.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's an adult ass move.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was definitely, it's been a adult journey.
Yeah. Adulting is ghetto and everything is hard.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And, so, regarding mentorship, I'm not a very educated person, I guess you could say. I never gone through.
You're educated, but you're not in the traditional
right. So
sense.
I didn't go through school.
Yeah.
So a lot of my upbringing, just like trying to, find myself, find who I was in this industry, was a lot through mentorship. There was moments in my career where rather someone who, I guess you could say like, rubbed elbows with.
Mm-hmm. The rubbing of the elbows.
The rubbing of the elbows.
Yeah.
Even if it was for like, 3-4 month period or like, now almost 10-year mentorship, like, it's one of those things that I've gravitated towards in my career to seek out more of, because I feel like in this industry it lacks.
Yeah.
Restaurants, bars were so like me. And I feel like we could definitely bring a little bit more of like a togetherness in the culture to help one another, not necessarily, step on toes, but a lot of my upbringing has always been like, yo, let's work together.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Let's work together. And then if I'm being mentored, like, they invest into me for me to reinvest into them. Mm-hmm. And in a win-win.
A true collab, if you will.
Yeah.
Correct. So I believe in mentorship, heavy mentorship. I tell my people all the time, like, listen, take a piece of advice, in whatever setting that we're going into, even if you like it or don't like it, the experience, there's a golden nugget there.
Right.
There's a golden nugget there that you could take, learn from, or use it.
Well, and also I feel like I definitely feel as if like that way of thinking is very empowering, but I can also see it being challenging.
Very.
Right? Because
I was like, I don't believe in that science. I do now.
Yeah.
And it takes a while to get there, but I think when you're in such a highly activated environment, because everyone's trying to like save a life while they're like literally chopping fucking vegetables, and you're putting too much pressure on yourself, so in the moment it's hard to like see that even though it sucks, you're learning something from this, whether it be I don't ever want to fucking be in this position again, or like there's a better way to do something.
Right.
It's hard to get to the evolved end of the spectrum.
Right.
Patience is not a virtue in this industry.
No.
Yeah.
It's constantly like pushed. Like it's like one of those things where it's like you could be the most patient person, but you're going to step into this restaurant and that muscle is going to be worked. Yeah. Very, 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 very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so then I wonder what are your thoughts in regards to people that feel as if they are worked and pushed but still want to maintain their overall integrity to hit their independent goals?
Yeah. You know what? I feel like I'm the type of person where it's like, you got to invest into yourself in order for you to be able to invest into the people around you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't pour all your shit in someone else's cup.
Right.
Also that.
You can't like. Sometimes I think that we miss that because we're just we're so stuck on playing team, where it's like, dude, I haven't even developed myself in order for me to play team. How am I supposed to, if I like basketball, I like to watch basketball. How am I supposed to go out and help my team win a game and I can't even like, get a rebound? get an assist.
See, I was
Get a
about to
point.
be like, I thought you were going to not go into the metaphors of it because
Yeah.
I'm like, as soon as you start talking about the actual components of sports ball, specifically basketball, I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
Right. I was just like,
I
was
do know
like,
a rebound.
Yeah, I was like,
is when
walk
the-
me through a sports show, dog.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm just
Or if we're putting it into like
practice.
kitchen content, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Like context, like how am I supposed to lead a line, or how am I supposed to chef a kitchen if I don't even know how to sear a steak?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That
Yeah.
made
Or-
100% more sense to
for
me.
sure.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Or even
Yeah.
even how am I supposed to get on a cooking line? How am I supposed to get on a cooking line if I can't even go through Christmas dishwash service?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like those you
Okay.
some of those components
You don't have
need.
the fundamentals, the building blocks to like
Correct.
do the thing.
Right.
Correct.
I want to look up a rebound later because I thought I knew what it meant, but as soon as I started to open my mouth to describe it, I was like, I don't.
A rebound's when the ball misses and you grab the ball.
And you
Yeah.
go again.
Oh,
It's when it
don't have
goes to
go
the
there.
other
You just grab
Okay,
it.
you just get the ball.
Yeah, but
Oh, I
it goes
thought
to
it
the other team.
involved
Well,
a point.
it goes either to you or the other team, depending on who gets the rebound.
Can
And
you get
that
points for a
is
rebound?
where I am good on sports, because I was like, I just thought the other team did the rebound, but also this isn't really up for debate. So
We
people
should
that want
go
to hit no,
to a basketball
we're
game.
not.
Come
No,
on.
no.
Look, Max is in.
No, well, that's great. Y'all can go. So I was like,
They're a good time. They're a good
yeah,
time.
I was like,
We're gonna know with our
big
new
fan.
friend, Josean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big fan of the Chicago Bulls, obviously. However, don't ask me shit outside of Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen and my dude Dennis Rodman. So
I was about to be like, the only thing I know about those people is that
they won all the
Scottie
championships.
Pippen's
Phil Jackson.
ex-wife is sleeping with someone's
Oh my
son.
God! No!
Michael Jordan's son.
Skip.
Yeah.
Skip.
Real
Hard
Housewives of Miami, baby.
Hard skip.
Damn it.
But yes, so ain't got no time for that bullshit. Absolutely.
I promise that would be my last basketball analogy.
Oh, no, it's fine because you saw it from the both of us. We're just like, well, we can buckle in for that ride.
Sports ball.
Because this
Sports
is
ball.
sports show. I was like, let's do the damn thing.
That's funny.
Yeah. So
Justin
thank
went
you.
to one once. He went to a sports show.
Sure did. Comiskey Park. Shit
Oh,
was
yeah.
fire. Thought I was seeing the fucking Pittsburgh Steelers. Not
Yeah.
true. At all. At
Yep.
all. At all.
Oh,
At
no.
all. It was so cool. Also, super side note. If we're going to talk about baseball, quick moment. I'm obsessed with, I don't even know if they are professional baseball
The
players.
banana dudes?
Exactly.
Yes.
Whatever. Jackson Olsen.
The dancer
fucking-
TikTok baseball players
We're not
where
gonna
they
go
play
into the
like
whole
the
thing.
songs and they do
Oh
the
my God.
like,
It is
yeah.
fire.
That is the only sports ball Justin knows.
Fire. I was just like,
That's funny.
I was
That's
like, wait a second. Like, y'all like dropping it low to fucking Fergie before you like throw a pitch out. And I
so
was
funny.
like, this is what helps me understand.
They need to be dropping it low for Jesus.
Oh my God, Naruba, please.
I'll send you the
I
video
can't- no,
later.
I know the video. I am a gay black man out here. I know the video. I know. No. Anyhow, my friend. So, Jesus Christ. So, I done lost my fucking train of thought. Okay, so I want.
We were talking
No, it's
about
a drop it low for
rebounds
Jesus
and
thing.
go-
Don't
I
do
know,
that.
I was trying to reroute us back to where we went off task.
Yes.
Which was the rebound, which is just talking about fundamentals.
So then, with that, let me provide an alley oop.
That's a good
How
one.
do you know
I
what
was
that
like,
is? An alley oop?
That's a good one,
I don't know what that
I'm gonna
is.
show you. I'm gonna show you what an alley oop
Okay.
is right now.
Throw it up.
Is it this one?
No.
I went up and you went down.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know which way it goes. I think it, whatever. It don't matter to me right now. But
It's okay. He will explain it to us after the recording.
yes. So, talk to us about your business and brand now.
Yeah.
And also, does that fit with an alley oop?
Yeah. Oh, it could.
Okay, well,
could,
I mean,
yeah.
that's as close to a yes as I will get, and I'm so fucking excited about it. So, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
So,
Smash Jibarito was a concept that was developed on the fly. to start. You know, I had taken a year off of the industry because of COVID. So COVID happened, took me out of my career. So I was kind of like soul searching for a little bit. Ended up getting into retail.
Yep.
And I experienced that for a year. It was fun, made a little bit of bread, but the environment was, you know what the environment is.
I know exactly what it is. Yeah.
So ended up coming back to the restaurant industry and was working with my mentor, and something just did not go right for us in the venture that we were taking on. So he was just like, dude, start something up. So put something together.
How was that though? Like for someone to kind of challenge you to like put something up and figure it out?
So, you know, I was actually, you know, my relationship with him, he knows that of me. Like, he's always challenged me. I have a very competitive-ish mindset where it's like, yo, it's me versus me, and I want to be the best version of myself, and I want to like grow and, you know.
Yeah.
So he's always, thank you. He's always like giving me that kind of, oh, it's nice.
I've never had this one before.
Yeah,
this is really
it's
nice.
great. Yeah, we're going to get into it in a moment, but yes, continue.
And, you know, he was just like, you know, I'll give you the restaurant for a day. Let's figure something out, put something together, and then create it operationally. Because that was his like conversation with me, trying to like just get me to understand, like, don't just make something that just because you want to make it, like make it that you could operate efficiently. So literally was in the kitchen, just looking around me. Okay, I have pilots, I have fryers, I have prep station, whatever, and make a concept. And literally just like that, I was just trying to figure something out. I like the idea of a burger, but everybody does. You know, at the time, I felt like everyone was doing burgers. So I wanted to make like I don't want to say Hispanic, but like Hispanic, kind of like, how can I say, influence.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, well, how can I? And then for some reason, one of my guys was talking about ibaritos, and I was just like, oh, bro. Like, it just like a little light bulb, you know, went off. So that the next day I literally went and bought plantain and got some ground beef, and I was just like, let's just fuck around.
Yeah.
So for those that don't know, what is that?
What it is?
So a jibarito is a sandwich that is made by grabbing two plantain. It basically, you smash the plantain, a green plantain at that, par fry it, smash it, fry it again so it's like crispy, and then you use that as buns.
Okay.
And then you make a steak sandwich with like tomato, lettuce, mayo,
Yes.
little onion.
Delicious.
You know, and that's a regular typical jibarito. Chicago based, yeah. And it's more so a north side Chicago thing.
Okay.
Some South Siders might not know what it is. At least that's the experience I've gotten from some South Siders. But yeah.
I still have not had one.
Oh, you gotta
to
go.
date. It's gonna happen, but
We
I
coming
don't
to you.
fuck with bread.
Well,
So
Yeah.
like I'm not even gluten free or anything. I'm just so bad at using bread when it's in my home that I just don't buy it because I will never finish it. Even when I get the half
feel
loaves,
that.
I still never finish it.
Yeah.
And I feel like growing up in Trinidad also, like, very, like, sandwiches are a snack. It's not a meal. And in America, that shit is a meal.
Yeah.
So
Hell
Yeah.
I'm like, the idea of a sandwich that isn't a lettuce wrap / on regular ass bread, I'm into this.
yeah,
Yeah.
I want to know about her.
yeah, it's good. It's
Yeah.
tasty.
Yeah. So then it's a very specific endeavor.
Yeah,
But also it's an impactful one.
Yeah.
And, you know, there are purists out there.
Yeah.
Have you gotten any sort of
Oh yeah.
yeah?
Oh yeah.
Talk to me.
Oh, it's been fun, honestly.
Yeah.
Fun,
No.
says a Pisces.
Yes. Yes.
It's been fun because for me, it's just like, people are people, and
Yeah.
I understand that very well. I don't take it offensively. I don't take it disrespectfully. I just think people are acting out of their opinion, and that's okay.
Right.
And so this past year, we were at Puerto Rican Fest in Humboldt Park. Shout out to mi gente.
Yes. Yeah.
And yeah, we were there, and the first day we were there, so we were just coming off of a Sueños music festival weekend,
Yep.
2 weeks prior.
Yeah.
So we were buzzing already. We started
Yeah.
getting some recognition from influencers.
Shout out
Yeah.
to y'all for like doing that, because
Thank
that's
you.
awesome. That's absolutely fucking
Yeah,
phenomenal.
Sueños was our first festival period ever,
Hell
and
yeah.
it was a project.
That's the thing.
It
like,
was a project.
it
I
takes a
spent
lot
way
of
too
work
much
to
money.
be in that space and do
Yeah.
like work when it's also like everyone's playing around you. You're like,
Well, I don't know.
Prevailed.
I don't know if we were. Well, most of my crew was playing like in a good way.
Yeah,
not in a
yeah,
bad
no,
way.
yeah.
But like, I was just like
Like, we're
stressed out the
serious
first
about
day.
our shit. Though.
Yeah.
yes.
I was too serious. I had a good time though. I had a really good time. I believe in like work culture is essential to what we do as restaurateurs and just people who work in hospitality. But
Work hard, play hard.
Yeah.
Shit like that. Yeah.
so we were at Puerto Rican Fest 2 weeks after, and the first day, people were like, "Oh, you got a burger on a plantain, like as a jibarito?" And I'm just like, "Yeah." And they're like, "I don't know, man. Why would you do that? Like, why would you take that something good and make it different?" And I was just like,
Plantains are fucking delicious.
yeah.
Yeah.
No. So like they knew what a jibarito was,
Yes.
and they were
word.
just giving me shit because
Okay.
it was a burger.
Burger instead of like
Oh,
sliced
word.
steak or
Okay,
something.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so
Tracks.
and I was just like, bro, you haven't even tried it. So then one of my friends who now actually does our marketing for us, shout out to Sophia, Baby H,
Yeah.
love you.
Yeah.
So she came through and she's like, oh my god, I literally came for the festival. I was like talking to her and letting her know to like come try the food for like weeks before that.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, I want to try your food. It looks so good. And she's a vegetarian, so I use Impossible
Burger.
yeah, the plant-based meat
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
my veggie and vegan option. And yeah, she came through and she's like, oh, I want to make a video. I was like, cool, great, go for it. Made a video, and the next morning that video was buzzing.
Okay.
So that happened the first day of the festival, and it was 4-day festival.
Nice.
So the next
Well,
day,
we don't
you
know
can't
if it
even
was
plan,
nice or not.
But also, you can't really plan that shit for the
Yeah.
buzz. It's just like either it pops or it doesn't.
right? And that's what what I loved about it was that it was so organic.
Right.
That she came out, she did her thing, and we were the next day we were just getting a bunch of random people like, oh, yo, I saw you on TikTok, and I'm just like, okay.
Yeah. You're like, all right, yeah. All right,
Great.
Nice. Yeah.
And yeah, the next day we ended up selling out. It got really, really busy, and then the same people who were like, the purists, I guess you could say,
Yeah. For
they
sure.
were like,
Fucking
oh, let me
purists.
see what's to it.
Yeah.
Tried it, and were like nonstop the whole weekend.
Yo.
They had we were getting people that came all 3 days.
Oh,
we were
yeah.
getting people, we were getting people who came all 4 days.
Yeah.
We were getting people who, hated me on Thursday and then were inviting me to like their kids' baptism on Sunday.
right, yeah.
Yo, bro, we need this shit at the cookout.
You're just
type
like,
shit.
I'm like booking jobs
Yeah.
now just for that's awesome.
So, now I feel like, if you haven't had it, because my jibarito is actually very unorthodox. If you haven't had it, try it.
I mean, I
At least
haven't
once.
had
Yeah.
a regular one yet,
Yeah.
but I'm probably gonna start with yours because this is the one I know about. But like, I want to ask this. This might be a controversial question, but is there a real difference between that and tostada?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Completely different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Plantain is plantain is vegetable.
Yes.
Tostada. I mean.
No. Wait, I'm saying the wrong word. What is the Puerto Rican version of it? It's like smashed
Tostón.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tostón. Yeah. So the jibarito is actually made with the tostón.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Take back the first thing that I said.
Okay, yeah.
Cut
So to
that
speak.
shit out.
Yeah, so the toston would be like a piece of plantain smashed,
Yes.
fried, and you eat it
And
kind
it's
of
like a chip. Yes.
Yeah. Whereas like the jibarito bun is like half of the plantain. So you get a nice longer kind of like
Like a Cubano feel.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Yes.
Like it's more of like a oval shape.
Cool.
Heard.
Yeah. Instead of just like a little chip.
So I have a follow-up question with that. So what makes the jibarito? Because
Yes,
I'm
yeah,
not even gonna don't have me put this Jamaican dialect on
I
that.
took Japanese instead of a language that mattered in college.
Entirely fine.
Japanese matters.
Yes. So I disclaimer. Yes. So what makes it so specific or indigenous to Chicago culture?
The traditional jibarito is it's made with green plantain. So you can kind of like a crispy, starchy kind of experience with your and then they'll put a little bit of like what we call mojo.
Okay.
It's kind of like this garlic,
Yeah.
kind of like
Citrus.
topping.
Herby.
Nice.
They put it on top of the sandwich, and it gives it kind of like this like really intense garlic, salty, beautiful, just
Yeah.
And then I actually my burger is actually what they would call a jibarita because I use the ripe plantain. Yeah.
All right.
So
Cool.
Real quick funny story. We were doing promo pics for the burger when we were first starting off because we were about to launch the second pop-up.
Okay.
And we were doing promo pics, and my guy, my partner, Ralph Valentine, from Papa Chicago, he accidentally got the wrong bananas. He ended up getting the wrong bananas.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I was like, bro, you got bananas. Like, they were regular bananas. And they were just
Right,
green.
right.
And he's like, bro, no, those are plantains. I'm like, dude, these are bananas. Trust me.
That's green.
They're gonna
It was
telling
so
you
funny.
right
yeah.
now.
It was a funny story. It was
Yeah.
a funny story. But
Yeah, green figs are not the same.
yeah. No, they're not.
But I love a happy accident though.
Yeah, it was, and it was for sure a happy accident because we ended up taking the promo pics, and we were just like, and we were still in the excited phase of like trying the product and shit. Like,
Yeah.
so we're just like, all right, fuck it. We just took the pictures. Let's eat. Like, so we grab the burger and we just take a bite and we just look at each other and we're just like, bro.
Yo.
So immediately the next day, I just fucking started making the burgers with yellow plantain. And after that, I've been using yellow plantain ever since.
It's a wrap.
wrap,
That's
yeah.
the shit. I love like a sweet plantain moment. Like, I think that's just the Caribbean in me. If that shit is GBD on the outside, it just caramelizes
Yeah.
and changes the flavor so
yeah.
much.
Yeah.
So I'm very interested in trying this because for especially like West Indians, the idea of a green banana or like green plantains is what we would lump into provisions,
Yeah.
which is like all your root vegetables sort of boiled together and you just have hunks of it and you eat it with like a sauce based like food.
Right.
And so I love seeing what I would refer to as provisions outside of like what I think is its natural state,
Yeah.
which is just a vessel for sauce.
Yeah.
And you're making it a vessel for an entire sandwich.
Yeah.
I fucks with
I mean,
that.
for an entire
Yeah.
meal,
Yeah.
that's
How many
That's
do I
awesome.
have to eat for it to be a meal?
One.
how hungry are you?
One. My burgers are quarter-pound burgers.
Okay, well,
So they're
Yep. So just the one.
So one's
pretty-
The
good.
one.
it's a pretty hefty sandwich.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I kind of want to backtrack a little bit. So you touched upon, not having a traditional route of education, right?
Yeah.
So, becoming this entrepreneur, building this brand, really putting yourself out there like this. I mean, how did you navigate that? Like any sort of resources that you were introduced to that
Or
you
found
leaned on?
helpful.
Or, yeah. For people that are just like, I figure that this is the one way to achieve X when there's multiple different avenues to, ultimately get you to your goal.
Yeah. For me, I guess you could say, I really,
And I guess more directly, who are you fucking with out here?
yeah. So in terms of just going out there and doing it, I basically just started off with my boy Ralph, and we were like, what?
Everyone's got a boy named Ralph.
Yeah, so he's actually he's actually like the other half of like the concept that we both built out.
Cool.
Him and I both started our businesses at the same time, and we helped each other out.
Cool.
As we both grew both of our businesses, and at first it was just us two, just going out and trying to land gigs, and
Like guerrilla warfare type shit.
yeah,
Just
like
being
super, super in the trenches.
Right.
Even now, like I'm still in the trenches. I take pride in that. I take hella pride in being in the trenches.
Yeah.
And me and him, we were just like, man, we gotta get booked. We gotta get booked, especially after we got like our shit together, I guess you could say. We're like, man,
How'd you get your shit together?
Well, through that we actually went through Dish Roulette.
Yo!
Yeah, shout out to Jackson.
Yes, yo, Jackson Flores.
Justin plotting on how to get you to get there.
Yes, because I mean it's a part of your
journey.
story and journey.
Absolutely.
But also, it's so great because obviously we've sat down with Jackson before.
Yeah.
We have sat down with someone else that I know that we're going to get into momentarily. But it just shows the range and diversification of how much they have really anchored themselves to be a cultural resource amongst the community.
Oh,
And
yeah,
it just-
I think that that's absolutely inspiring.
Yeah.
And it's really beautiful for us to share that through different avenues as well.
Yeah, it
absolutely.
reflects how like tiny, realistically, the Chicago industry is, because everyone knows everyone to a certain extent.
But not everyone is comfortable with leaning on one another.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
And that's a main difference, because you can feel like you're in a silo, especially when you're trying to figure shit out.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh yeah. And I've been guilty of it. I was just like, like if I just keep my head down, like, the answers will come. But unfortunately, that's not always the case.
Yeah.
It's just like you have to be smart enough and humble enough to actually be like, I need some fucking help here.
For sure. And I love that you say humble, because, I look at myself as like a leader's leader,
Right.
Where it's like I take pride in my leadership to the point where it's like I don't just look for anybody as mentorship. Like I legitimately have to like want what you have.
Yes.
And
find someone who's willing to teach you how to take
correct.
what they have.
Correct.
Because that's the problem with I don't know how it is specifically with front of house at the moment, because I'm a baby, but like in the kitchen, it's really hard to move up unless someone is like
fucking with you
and they want to give you all of the skills that they have, instead of like piecemealing it together so that you could never take their position.
Yeah.
Right. And you know, when I first met Jackson, like Jackson, you know, she was, I didn't know who she was or what Dish Roulette was. All I knew was that this was being presented to me, and this concept was what had helped others already in Chicago.
Yes.
So I, for sure, like, you know, set the meeting up. I'll go. I was there. This was back when they were doing the Wednesdays in the morning. You know, come up, get advice, or you know, just talk to us. And you know, I showed up. I was the first one there. I remember I got there like 20 minutes before they opened, and
ready.
It was like 9 o'clock, and I like knock on the door, and she's right there, and she's like, "Oh my God, you're here already?" I was like, "Yeah, hell yeah, I'm trying to get this moving."
Yeah.
So that first day, she was just like, "You know what? We're gonna sign you up for your LLC, and this is the steps you're gonna take, and X, Y, Z." And I just remember being so like, you know what I loved? I just remember being so brand new again, like brand new, like starting off my journey in food, and like, you know, just like getting excited, eager and hungry, and I thought it was so great. After that moment with Jackson, I could, you know, close my eyes and fall backwards. I know she got me.
Damn. That's what she does make you feel that way.
Yeah. She's great. She's great at that.
Lovely human.
Yeah. Lovely human. She's helped me and Ralph a lot through this time, and you know, really, like, you know, even now, like, it doesn't matter what I got going on, like, you know, big, small, whatever. I always just, at this point, I just like shoot her a text like, "Yo, bro, you got time today?
Yeah.
We got to talk."
Yeah, no.
She'll be like, "Yeah." She'll call me. We'll have a conversation. She's not as well, I don't want to say she's not as hands-on as she was before, but before, it's only been a year.
Yeah.
But you know, it's I love talking to her. I love getting advice from her. She's very intentional with what she says, how she says it. For me, I'm very straightforward, direct, so I love that. I love that she tells me, like, whether or not, you know, and then sometimes I get a little excited. I'll be like, "Man, my bad, I'm being uncoachable." She'll be like, no, you're good. You can do whatever you want.
Right, yeah.
I'll be like, "No, you're the boss." But yeah, Jackson's great, man. She's so great. So great. The whole Dish Roulette team. Yeah. Everyone's been beautiful.
Well, so it's funny because you know, I'll just be, you know, similar to you, just like hitting up Jackson, be like, "I got an idea for this," or like, let me run something by you, and not only her specifically, but just Dish Roulette kitchen specifically. And, you know, we go back and forth to like try and like get something on the calendar, but also I love that shit because it shows that, like, you know, it's booking up, and it's just like trying to make space for as many people to try and help as many people as possible. You know, I always say that when you reach out to people and they ain't got shit to do, you got to talk to somebody else.
Yeah.
You know, and that might be hard for people to hear, but I really believe that we can all find ways to assist one another, but we have to be honest in where we are throughout that journey. You know, not like, "Yo, I'm going to follow up with you," and then, you know, you hear from them like 6 weeks later. It's just like, I'm on to the next right now.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah,
she's good. She's good with following up for sure.
Yeah.
Even sometimes we get caught up in our own stuff.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
But for sure, she's a great person to like always, you know, touch base back and just say, "Hey, XYZ," or "Hey, you know,
word,"
to keep moving it forward. Yeah.
So I have so much shit that I want to talk about, but we're like, you know, coming up on the things. So I want to dive back into mentorship, and you know, from your experience, do you consider yourself now or in the process of becoming a mentor to, you know, your partner, your crew? Like, I mean, and what has that felt like for you, and what has it been?
I guess you know,
And it's kind of a hard thing to be like, well, am I like a mentor? But
I would say people might consider me a mentor.
Right.
I don't know if I am. I guess I forgot the phrase of that. What's
I don't
called?
consider myself a mentor, but I feel like people think that the things that I'm doing is like a thing. Is that what you're trying to?
Yeah, like I have a little bit of imposter syndrome right now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Let's bring it on in. This is a segment of imposters.
Yeah, because a lot of the stuff is like so new and fresh still for me. And it's just not something that I'm 100% like, okay, I know I'm a mentor, or I know I'm a business owner, or I know I'm a freaking, popping Chicago pop-up. Like, I still go through a lot of that stuff. My team does look for me, just as much as I look for them. They do follow for sure. I don't know if I could like say like, oh, I picked somebody up and they're rubbing elbows with me.
Yeah,
like I've rubbed elbows with someone else.
But the idea of being a mentor or being seen as a mentor, it's so vast.
Yeah.
Because your presence, your determination, your execution, your vision provides such possibility for others that are like, I could never do that. Yeah. But then when they see it, they're just like, oh shit, maybe I could do that. Yeah.
Actually, that's funny that you say that, because actually, like now,
I'm a funny guy, dog.
Yeah. So, one of my reflection moments for sure this year was being at a festival with Melanie, who actually I call her my boss. She helps. She's part of the organization. She keeps me organized, and has worked with me like mostly all the events during the summer. She one time was like, man, because I was off location and I was prepping, getting ready to bring some more product into the festival, and she was like, man, everyone was tired. It was like the last day, and when I got there, my camaraderie on service is like, we have each other's backs. Yeah, like, we are all one team. We're there's
one team. Let's go.
There's a finish line. We have to get to it, and we have to get to it together.
How many sports actually have finish lines, though?
Anything with a race.
Yeah, fair enough.
Anything with a race.
Track. Track and field. That's all I got.
Like race cars.
Race cars.
NASCAR.
Next.
Next.
Go on.
So that day she was like, dude, we were like all tired. And then you came in and you were just like, all right, guys, let's get it, yada, yada, yada. And just, if you worked with me in a kitchen, my anxiety is through the roof always. I don't even need coffee. Like, I am up. I'm up right now.
No, for sure.
So, I just got there and I'm just like, all right, guys, what's going on? Start blasting music. Hey, what's going on? And I start pitching to clients or potential guests walking by, like, and I'm like, yo, just giving my little spiel.
I love that you call like customers clients. I wrote that down in the discovery call because I'm like, I have a really hard time like interacting with people because my bar is set very low for other people. Yeah. In general, I'm like, I am going to approach this as I do not like you. Yeah. And then maybe I will like you.
I feel that.
Yeah.
But
I used to way back in the day, and it's just kind of become something of practice to where I always joke about, in the restaurant industry, you have guests. Yeah. If you want customers, then you can go to fucking Walmart. Yeah. Like that was always my like default joke.
Yeah, that's a good.
Because it's just like there has to be a caliber that you're aspiring to make people feel as good as they are.
Yeah.
Like again, to put it on the customer side, I think it's really important for people to understand that is transactional.
Yeah.
Yes, this industry is transactional. However, it doesn't have to feel that way.
Yes.
Yeah,
You know, and that's a significant difference.
yeah.
But I'm gonna go with clients from now on
Clients,
because it has helped me change the way
I'm gonna come
that
sit
I
at your
see
bar,
them.
and I would love for
Yeah.
you to refer to me as like the client
Yes.
at whatever bar store
Well,
I'm
I
at.
feel like it's in my mindset, I'm using all of my human development therapy skills that I learned in college to do this job.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if I start
job is
referring
that?
to them as my client, bartending, bitch.
I know, Rich.
But it's like, if I start referring to them as clients, I'm gonna be like, yes, I'm gonna analyze you now. You're welcome to my office. You are now my client. I like that.
That's exactly
Yes.
the mindset.
Yeah.
You know, that's exactly the mindset. Like if you're thinking of like, you know, whatever Fortune 500 company, you know, that's the mindset that they're going into. Yo, I have to sit down, close this client,
Yeah.
$100 million deal. XYZ.
This is
That's
giving Kris Jenner, like, no college, no experience. And you're like, I'm going to own this. I'm going to create this. I'm going to make this happen. And you're doing it. I mean, she different, but I see what you're
Appreciate
doing
that.
here.
You know, she wild.
I watch a lot of reality TV. Let me live my life.
I mean, there was no pushback on that. You know, I was like,
I agree.
I was like, you talked about basketball. Noiba is just like
Listen,
deep diving in the reality TV.
If she can get her own docuseries about how she built her shit up, and you are
True.
29
Right.
years young,
True.
10, 20 years,
Hell yeah.
FX is doing a docuseries about you.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
FX, hit me up.
Hell yeah.
We'll
You
do
know.
a day in the life.
And hopefully by that time, they are done with the bear and how fucking performative
Oh my
it
God.
is.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
You,
I have
you
to
don't
say
like
it.
the bear? You don't like the
We
bear?
wanna-
I like the bear.
Do we want? You know what?
Real quick.
So let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Go. Why do you like the bear?
The bear is like, it's so relatable. Like you can,
Okay.
I mean, it's not to the T, right? But
No.
Yeah.
but you know, it's dope to, you know, I feel like we're in a space right now where food and hospitality and mixology, all of those like things that go into like food or restaurant life, like they're starting to be
People are starting to
commercialized.
notice it.
Yeah, they're starting to be
Yes.
commercialized, and those
Push
are-
to the forefront.
yeah. To like before, like 10, 15 years ago, you used to be a chef. You were like that was like the bottom of the barrel, kind of like, you know.
Interesting.
You go into like a career. You settle
Yeah.
for a kitchen, or you settle for a cook, or you settle for a chef. Like that was back then, where it's like you got people freaking making
Art.
on fucking YouTube making 100K a month, and
Right.
it's like you're constant just getting like people making food, mixing drinks, you know, chopping onions, food ASMRs, like all of these things that are just like creating new entertainment
Yeah.
from something that's been a part of our lives
It's
forever.
literally the oldest profession next to sex work and social work.
Yeah.
Cooking is the original social work, feeding people.
Yeah.
That was it.
And it's like now we're in a space where the internet, you know, has taken over our lives. You know, it's a part of us just as much as, you know, walking out, fucking getting coffee, stuff, you know.
Yeah.
I left the
And,
house the other day without my phone just to go to the store, and I felt like a crazy person. I was like, this is wild.
Could never
Yeah.
be me.
Like I have to go back. Yeah, like you
I
I
lose your
didn't go
mind.
back, but I was
Yeah.
like,
You know.
I kept checking for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. No.
So you know, to that, the bear, I think for one, it being like a show, like a you gotta watch
Scripted
multiple
series.
Yeah. I think I love it. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it.
Great.
It's a great show. It's a great show. I do think some stuff is a little OD, you know, but it's fun.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know, I take a lot of what's it called? Reflect on it a little bit, you know.
Okay.
Definitely hit some emotional,
Right.
some emotional triggers.
Yeah.
So we are coming up on time, but before we move on,
Do it.
I gotta throw
I gotta throw like 2 grains of salt on there, but you go.
So it's just like a little bit of devil's advocate here. So I understand conceptually that the bear represents the industry in a way that is wildly necessary.
Yeah.
And has not been shown in that way before.
Yeah.
Hold on. And the reason why I say it in the way that I just had is because I feel like the bear is getting a lot more credit than what it actually deserves. And the reason for my thinking is because when we look at the elevation of the industry, what ends up happening is that people don't seem to take it as serious in practice because it has been so glamorized through the lens of reality TV.
Right.
And so it's just like, oh, well, like this is how the restaurant is, like servers feel this way, you know, maybe they don't deserve this. And, you know, it's just like, look at that kitchen, look at all of these things, right? But since the bear has something so polished and presentable, then it makes people think that this is an insight into an industry that they ultimately do not understand.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a lot of that, in my opinion, it's trauma bonding.
Yes.
Like when I worked in a Michelin-starred environment, I can't watch the bear.
Yeah, same.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
I literally cannot do it because I saw those people in real time break down, and I saw their drug abuse, their alcohol,
use.
Alcohol use, alcohol abuse. You know, their whole identity being attached to an institution of an industry that actually doesn't give a shit about them.
Yes.
It's only about the accolades in which they generate on behalf of the institution.
Right.
And, you know, that's a big thing, especially since the bear is massive in this industry.
And they have fine dining chefs helping them with
consult on it, but there's no accessibility to tangible resources that the industry actually needs. Because it's just like, great. And also nominated for a fucking Emmy, but it's in the comedy category. And I understand you can submit things for consideration because you're trying to navigate where it makes the most sense to increase your probability of winning. But also that sends such a derogatory message to where the mental health of an entire industry is low-key laughable. And that's on both sides of it, right? Because you have this beautiful package, which is the series, but then you also have the strategic element of how it's positioned and ultimately distributed.
Yeah, that makes sense. That perspective, that's a good perspective, actually, on something. I did not know that it was considered a comedy, actually. I thought it was
It's
a drama.
not. It is, but they submitted it for the comedies, section because response-wise, like the way that it's viewed by the general public is that it's like funny. The only thing I'm going to say is that if The Bear was a documentary, everyone would be fired. And that is my takeaway from it because...
For sure.
And I said that the year it came out, and then a year later, a white man said the same thing, but he's a fine dining dude.
White man.
So you know, that's the only thing. Like if this was a documentary, everyone would be fired.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Sorry, that's a rant on the bear.
No, but also it's just like it's so valid on so many different aspects of it. Like I can talk about the bear until I am blue in the face.
I just want to remind everyone that I have not seen a single episode to date.
Oh man.
all the information I have is from people literally going in my DMs and being like, have you seen this? Are you guys still going to talk about it on the podcast? Well, like, and people explaining to me what's happening, and I'm already triggered.
And as someone that has watched 75% of an episode, wild.
Yeah, I
was
feel that.
I was like, damn.
Yeah,
you know,
I would definitely say, like, you know, try.
I cannot. I tried.
Yeah,
and I cannot.
I feel like the bear is going to be one of those like opening the gates to like more, not even, I don't want to say like more bad, like restaurant, you know,
behavior.
Yeah, but I think we're in a direction where right now, like maybe we're in a slow season, but it's like in like 5 years, because of shows like The Bear, like maybe it gets popularized where it's like, you know, maybe the career side of food, it grows. Or,
I think that's going to change because of the way that people, like, I don't want to say like us, but like the things that we're doing, we are changing how people believe kitchens and restaurants should be ran. Right. And even like in an education model, they're starting earlier, like in high school when they're doing courses on like home ec, they're now adding in like the work aspect of it and changing the way that people going into the industry view the industry, but also the expectations of you are not to sacrifice your entire life to do this thing. Correct. I mean, by nature and the way that this industry is set up, we will do that because we're creating experiences for everyone else, which means that like holidays, you know, what are those? It's just, we will always have that like gap in reality for the most part. But I think that the model and concept of how we should be treated is slowly starting to change on the like management aspect of it. Right. And I know that I made an effort to not treat my staff the way that I was treated because of, well, first of all, going to school for mental health.
That part.
But like, I just never want to have people feel the way that I felt when I was working in Michelin kitchens. And I don't want that on any level. Yeah. Damn.
Wild. And I know that
we are
off
the time schedule.
No, but I know that the people are going to have so much to say because I
do not care.
Yeah,
that is how I feel.
No, that's valid. But also, I really love that we talked about this because this is the first time that I believe that we have officially had a conversation in regards to The Bear because people know how I feel about it.
Yeah.
People definitely know how Nuiba feels about it. But also,
did not know how you guys feel.
But also, what's great is that like we all have the different perspectives and they're so valid. Yeah. And when people hear this, they'll be like, oh, well, maybe. And I mean, and that's the point of having these conversations.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So now,
I know.
Now,
Maximus Prime doesn't even have a number for the next one.
No, but we're, you know, as we're wrapping up, I would like to know what you got going on.
Yeah.
You know, what's coming up? What's happening?
The things.
You know, what would you like to share with our audience and now your audience?
We are rebranding.
Tell me more.
Let's go. Let's talk about it.
So Smash Jibarito up until this point has been my baby.
Yes.
I think we've grown it past a conceptual concept where, you know, we're starting to feed people on a much bigger scale, not just you coming up and eating a burger. So we're rebranding. Latano debuts January 1st.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be a more elevated take on the Jibarito.
Okay. Nice.
It will be home of the Jibarito Smash Burger.
Nice.
So that would be debuting January 1st.
2024, let's go.
2024, let's go. Yeah. It's been 2024 for like a month for me already.
No, for sure. I always say that if you're not planning for the next year, like, in summer, it's already, it's about to pass you by real quick.
Yeah, so we got that. Me and Rafa are going to be partnering up on that concept a little bit.
If you need anyone to taste test
gotcha
outside of your usual homies, because I know you always go back to the homies when you want to do it.
You got some additional homies to add to the crew.
Yeah.
You need some additional hands.
Yeah.
Got you.
Say less.
I do have those.
Yeah, I do have those. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you guys want to come eat tonight, we'll be at Spilt Milk.
What?
Yes,
oh, yes.
that's
right. You said you were there all week.
Yes. Today's my last day there.
Still the week.
Okay.
I could do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You also do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Because
will
we
go
outside
again
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
I have to
That'd
go
be
home
cool.
and do chores though.
Yeah.
That's fine.
We'll be there till I think 8.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So we got that coming up January 1st. Looking to do a food tour in Brooklyn.
Hell yes.
Right.
In March.
BK.
Yeah. Shout out Breakers. Shout out the Wood.
Yeah.
I'll let my cousin know. He's out in Brooklyn, so I'll be like, slide through.
Yeah.
Give him the love.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, that's what we got going on. Definitely looking forward to 2024. Just trying to, keep pushing the dream.
Oh yeah.
Keep pushing the concept, keep inspiring,
Awesome.
Pulling into Inspiration Station.
Absolutely.
Inspiration Station. That's good.
Inspiration Station. Watch out. That might be the name of this episode. So it's no confirmations yet, but we'll figure it out. So as I begin to do the things that I know to do.
Yes.
How was your time with us, my friend?
Oh, I loved it. It was good. It was cool. You guys are fun.
You
guys are a good time.
We try.
Yeah.
We out here.
I just remember talking to you outside for so long. No one introduced us. We just started talking. And then the next day, Justin was like, we have a discovery call with this person. And I was like, hell yes.
I already discovered them.
You're like, that has already happened. So,
that's funny.
enough. Yeah. So
That's so great. Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time. This was my first time being on a podcast, so I'm a little nervous.
I remember you were
great.
like, I just
and
wanna,
also you have a phenomenal voice.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's like
You have
smooth.
ASMR voice for sure.
ASMR.
Yes. Oh my gosh, Marcus, turn
Appreciate
that
that.
part up. Yeah, I was that was nice. Yeah.
If a food doesn't work out for me, I will be a fucking voice character or some shit
Listen,
in a movie someday. Somehow.
everyone, every time I go on the internet, it's like, do you want to have a career in voice acting? I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Well, I know what's happening. It's all these strikes because they don't want to pay people, but
Okay,
whatever.
well, I was like, we're not facts. But so, how can the people find you if you want to be found?
They could follow me on Instagram at smash_jibarito. That's for the concept. And then my personal is JDI_infinite.
Nice.
Yeah. Follow the boy.
All right. I was like, give him a follow, give him a like, give him all of the things.
All of the things.
Yes. So, I just want to say that we've talked about this for a while, and I'm so excited that we finally got to make it happen.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
No, for sure. It was something that I was looking forward to, and I was like, let's do it, let's actually get this on the books.
Yeah.
And so, season 4 is still very new, so I'm also very emotional about it and just so grateful because it's been a ton of work. It's been a lot of dedication and navigation and just all of the things. And, this really shows, the overall power of community.
Absolutely.
And how we come together to be, our most authentic selves and, push this shit out there.
Yeah.
And be like, yo, this is who we are. This is what we stand for. This is what we're trying to do. This is what we're committed to doing to make this industry so much better.
what do you call it? I'm actually on that note, I actually want to. We're planning a toy drive for the end of the year to like kind of like a thank you for for the year. We had a pretty good year.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys should come through.
Yes.
I would definitely love to have you guys there.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be at Gamers Hall.
Okay.
Gotta confirm the date. Shout out to Eddie, by the way.
Nice.
Yeah, Gamers Hall, end of the year. I'm gonna be cooking outside, cold as fuck, but we're trying to give away 100 burgers.
Okay.
So if y'all know any sponsors, I'll run them this way.
Let's talk.
Yeah.
I got you.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
yeah, we're trying to do a toy drive just to kind of say thank you.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it'll be in Humboldt Park.
Nice.
That shit reminds me of like Christmas in Trinidad. My mom would always take me to her company's toy drive.
That's dope.
Shout out to TN Tech, the only power company on the entire island of Trinidad and Tobago.
Wow.
Separate islands. But it was my favorite part because, and I was not a sharer growing up, and going with my mom to buy presents for other children was triggering. But as an adult, I'm like ready. So
I mean, it hits
I already
different.
like I already
It's very
know.
different.
I'm like I'm gonna go hit up some toy stores and come through. Aw,
Yeah,
I
come
love
through.
that.
As soon as we get the info going, I'll for sure reach out.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Send that over and gas that shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be fun.
So I always do the sigh.
I know.
Because I'm bummed that it's over, but I'm so happy that it happened. And so, first and foremost, I most certainly want to give a supreme shout out to Blind Barber Chicago for hosting these necessary conversations.
Always.
Again, I cannot wrap my head around the fact that we have made it to season 4, and then
Same.
also the support of the community, and then you joining us, and then Nariba and Max and Marcus, Rick, Dason, the entire crew that really makes this what it is.
Yeah.
But it's only one part of the equation. Because it is the community first and foremost all the time.
Yeah.
And for that, I know that I can speak on behalf of everyone that we are wildly thankful.
Yes.
And also, we have been enjoying a delicious sparkling rosé from our friends at No and Low. And so No and Low is a community-driven company that imports and makes premium non-alcoholic beverages. No and Low has been recognized as experts in the non-alcoholic space with features in the New York Times and named a 2022 Food and Wine Game Changer. And
fucking
on
love it.
that note,
That was good.
Hannah Burke, you sweetheart. Thank you so much for supplying us with our beverages.
It is delicious.
Yeah, it's good.
Also,
Oh yeah.
Also, I'm just so damn happy. I was like, I'm gonna wrap it up on that note. Also, be sure to share, like, subscribe, do all the things that you know to do in regards to Terms of Service. Check out our YouTube channel.
Oh my God.
Also follow us on Instagram, Terms of Service Podcast. Also, let us know your thoughts, your suggestions in ways to diversify and amplify this narrative, because at the end of the day, this is your narrative, your perspective. We are simply vessels to help you tell your story in an authentic capacity. And on that note, I am just known at Graham, and you can find me on Instagram at This Is Biko.
And my name is Nariba Shepherd. You can find me on Instagram at Rebaroo. Also, let us know if we should have a TikTok.
So when we did that poll, it was 78% yes, and whoever said no,
It was me.
don't follow us. So I was like, that's entirely fine. We don't care. And another thing that I'm going to mention really quickly. So we did a great takeover at Blind Barber Chicago, and whoever is out there that tried to get us banned on Instagram,
I forgot about that.
It's just like, we see y'all haters, okay?
That's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
It's
or
a lot of work.
people that had to
Exactly.
report us to
Right.
get our account taken
Right.
down. I forgot
Yes,
about that.
Exactly.
What?
And,
Yeah, the day
we can
before
talk
the
about-
event.
Day before. Could not believe it. And I'm up all the time. I got this whole thing from Instagram. We'll talk about it. But anyhow.
Shout out to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for listening because we know that you're paying attention. And on that note, I'm out.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye-bye.